And joining us now from Los Angeles, CBS News legal analyst Lisa Bloom. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
Give us an idea. These tapes, Ben just outlined some of the latest for us and also what Mel Gibson's attorneys are saying. But what role ultimately could they play?
I think they would have a huge role in the case, Erica, if they are allowed into evidence. And I know that Mel Gibson's side will fight very hard to keep them out on the grounds that they're edited, that they're not authentic, and on the grounds that he didn't consent to being taped here in California, which is a two-party state. But if those tapes are allowed in under the crime exception, because Oksana was trying to preserve evidence of a crime and she can overcome the arguments about authenticity, they're going to have a huge effect because he rants, he raves, he threatens her, he allegedly admits to assaulting her when she's holding the child in her arms. So they're relevant not only to their dispute, but to this child custody issue.
But if they are proved to be edited in some way, or perhaps if she was maybe trying to draw things out of him, does that mean they could still be admissible, or would that then pull them out of the running in terms of evidence?
It doesn't necessarily mean that they're inadmissible. If they are edited, the tapes can be chopped up. Let's say that there are 10 segments that have all been edited together. They can be chopped up into those 10 segments. The judge can be judge can understand that each segment should be considered separately. But I think they could still come in. I think they are such powerful evidence of the rage coming out of Mel Gibson, of the anger, of the alleged violence, that the judge is going to want to hear them. They may just be given less weight if they've been altered in some way.
TMZ is reporting this morning saying it has hard proof that Oksana Grigorieva tried to get more than $10 million from Mel Gibson by saying that in turn she would keep these tapes quiet. What would that do at this point to the investigation, to the case, if that turned out to be true?
Well, that's a very important allegation, and I would assume the hard evidence would be some kind of a letter from Oksana's attorney demanding money. Keep in mind that in high-profile cases involving celebrities, when settlements are being discussed, we always hear this extortion claim, and it's rarely proved. Nevertheless, if there is hard evidence of some kind of extortion, then I would expect a second investigation to be closely looking at that, and her attorney would be investigated, and she would be investigated.
Also, I want to get your take on this. We got a statement yesterday from Mel Gibson's ex-wife, Robin, who said, and I'm quoting here, "Mel never engaged in any physical abuse of any kind toward me before, during, or after our marriage." Does that come into play? How much weight does it carry?
Well, first of all, I would expect that as a part of their multi-million-dollar divorce settlement, that she is not permitted to badmouth or denigrate him in any way. So her choices are to either say something positive or say nothing at all. I also noticed that she uses the term physical abuse, that there was never any physical abuse. It seems to be silent on the issue of verbal abuse. And if you listen to those tapes, which I have several times, we're talking primarily about very tough verbal abuse. I wonder what she would have to say about that.
Do you think ultimately Mel Gibson could be facing jail time here?
I do, Erica. We're talking about potentially criminal threats. That's punishable by up to 3 years under California law if they're considered felony threats. And when you look at the tapes in their totality, he is angry. He himself uses the word threats. He threatens to burn her house down. He threatens to assault her physically. He threatens to force her into sexual acts. I mean, these are potentially very serious crimes.
Lisa Bloom, always appreciate your insight. Thanks.
Thank you.